Hi, my name is Michelle Tiwo. I'm a writer, performer and poetry facilitator. Today we will learn about protests, we will learn about West Indian activists fighting for their right to belong and how that led to Notting Hill Carnival today. And we will also create a collective poem inspired by the protests of the past. So we're probably going to learn a lot of new words today that you don't know or might not recognize. If that's the case, don't forget to write them down, make a list as a class, and come back to it later. First, let's define what a protest is, what fuels them, and why they're important. So a protest is when a group of people come together to collectively tell others they strongly agree or strongly disagree with an idea or an event. There are many ways people can protest, and there are many reasons people protest. For example, racism or climate change. Protesters can do things like write a letter, sign petitions, sing songs, boycott brands. What starts a protest, you ask? Injustice. So injustice is unfair treatment or action, like when the rights of a person or a group of people are disrespected, ignored, or discriminated against. That is injustice. Last summer, the Black Lives Matter protests, or BLM as you might know it, were about racial injustice, and people chose to march, sign petitions, and post on social media. To get us started, I want you to think about what doesn't feel fair in your life or the world around you. Maybe it's in your classroom, in your school, maybe it's in your city or on the news. In small pairs, groups, write as many as you can think of. And when you're done, have a small discussion as your class, sharing your answers that you've written. Great job, guys. Now we've done our warm-up task, let's get started by looking at some protest pictures from the past. So I want you to look at this photo. Across London, black families who were moving to the city were being attacked by racist groups of people who didn't like them moving there. But it was their home too. The police and government weren't doing much to help them, so they took to the streets in large numbers to collectively demand for equality. So looking at this picture, we're now going to try a free writing exercise. Free writing means to write as much as you can for as long as you can. Just keep your pen going. Don't worry about spelling mistakes, doesn't matter. What story does the picture tell? Choose someone in the picture, and using your imagination, I want you to write as if you're them. Tell us what's happening, or what you think is happening. Start your sentence with back then. Consider expressions, poses, clothing, and anything else in the photo that might give you a clue about what's going on. Here are some of my examples. Back then, I had to run, hop, jump, dodge police batons and racist bottles. Back then, I stood on a crowded gate at the end of a crowded road. People everywhere singing and marching, this is my home too. Back then, police were always telling us to keep it down or keep it moving. We couldn't even chill out in peace. Okay, well done, guys. It's really important to stand up for what you believe in and stand up for your rights. These people stood up for their rights and fought for years until things finally started to improve. The protests turned into riots that lasted a few years, with new ones beginning in different parts of London and the UK. To help ease racial tension, activists in the West Indian community were inspired to create Notting Hill to expose Londoners to the cultures around them. The first one in 1959 ended up sparking interest in the whole of Britain. Carnival includes the best of Caribbean culture, food, music, dance, and fashion, as well as still bands, masquerades, beautiful people in beautiful costumes, and large, elaborately designed moving floats. Carnival is now a bright display of Black British culture and joy, and an example of how culture can be used to bring racial tensions in the area to an end. It marks the end of the riots and the beginning of a new era. So looking at these photos again, and still writing as your person from activity 1, I want you to pick one emotion you think they might be feeling in this moment. Once you've picked that emotion, I want you to use your senses to describe it. What would joy taste like to you? What would it smell like to you? What does it sound like to you? What does it feel like to you? And what does it look like to you? So for me, here's one of my examples. Nowadays, joy sounds like a steel pan ringing softly through the air. Nowadays, pride is the colourful sight of floats, feathered costumes, and flags waving overhead. Great job, guys. Now it's time to use our writing to create our group poem. In your groups or pairs, I want you to read over your individual writing, and I want you to choose your favourite poetic sentence and put it on a post-it note. Then you're going to work together as a group to decide the order of your post-it notes. Maybe you need to add a new line in to make it flow nicely. If so, look through your writing again and pick your second favourite line or sentence and put that on a post-it note. Through this process, you will be making a collaborative group poem. So remember to be fair and let everyone have a chance. Great work, guys. Now it's time to perform our poems. Decide in your groups or pairs who will read which parts and share your poem with the class. Remember, don't cover your face, don't cover your mouth. Stand up tall, speak clearly with volume, and let your voice be heard.